Imagine with me for a moment a future where anyone who wants to use solar is using it. I'm Paul Droege from Sunport, and I'm here to tell you that that future is possible today, and tomorrow it can happen. Sunport is a way anyone can use solar without having to own panels. Excuse me. This tiny little device is a way that solar can be taken from the grid simply by plugging in. We did a Kickstarter last summer, and we actually raised 160% of our goal. We had 2,500 units that we sold. We've actually shipped them just a month and a half ago. And this device is the beginning of something that could radically shift the way that we think about renewable energy. Think about it for a moment. Everyone in this room flies. How many of you actually own an airplane? Okay? Everyone here uses a cell phone. How many of you actually own a cell tower? Why is it that to use solar energy, you should need to own solar panels? The first thing people ask me is, that's cool, but I don't believe it. How does it work? As if they actually understand how the grid works. But in simplest terms, what we do is we acquire the rights to solar that's going into the grid at one location. We bring that to our server, and then we communicate that information to through a phone app to this device. Wherever you plug this in, the power you're taking out of the grid is being matched to new solar going into the grid. Now that may seem very abstract and confusing, but this is the way the renewable energy in the grid is done everywhere. Apple right now is running their stores 100% on renewable energy. They're using that same renewable energy backbone. We've simply made it plug and play simple for consumers and super accessible. This device is easily affordable by a college student, and it's something that can be used anywhere. So you don't even have to be the one paying the power bill. You could plug in a dorm room, in a coffee shop, in a hotel room, at work. Anywhere you can demand solar from the grid just by plugging in. Now, the solar industry actually is in a great place today. They just passed the ITC. They've been growing at about a 40% annual clip, which is, it doubles every year, or every 2 years, essentially. And so, in a sense, times are great. The ITC has been extended for another 5 years. But in reality, there is pain in solar. There's growing climate anxiety. Even if you live under a rock, certainly you may not believe in climate change. I think this room does, but even if you don't, you can see climate anxiety all around you. And with all the growth we've had in solar over the last decade or so, we're still barely at 1% of the power in the grid. When we talk about consumers, people want solar, but they don't know how to get it, or they think it's inaccessible. Plenty of people simply dismiss it as, I can't do it. For utilities, these are the people that could scale solar. They're fighting it because solar panels on the rooftop is ruining their business model. They can build solar for less than half the cost of putting it on your rooftop, but they're not doing it because they don't see the demand. What we've done is we've brought those two together. Instead of pitting them against each other, we brought them together in a concept here where it's solar delivered through the grid on demand from the utilities to the consumers. For the utilities, what that helps them do is focus the demand. They can engage their consumers around energy, and they can actually drive deployment of solar. Now, solar for them is a good investment if they can get it into their rate base. For the consumers, it's easy, fun, and affordable. And so it's simple as plug in and use it. We made them brightly colored so that when people use them in public, it'll provoke a question. The people that we've targeted with this are the ones who want to be seen. They want to talk about it. They want to tell their story about, well, look what I'm doing, and that will help spread it. These are aspirational experientials. That's how we identify them. And these are the people that are using Uber, the people that are using Airbnb. These are people that are into an experience and want to spread it. This device will help them do that. The biggest competition we have is rooftop solar. That's typically old people like me, many of them who are frankly not so much interested in solar as making a buck. And then the rec products is another competitor. This has virtually no user experience. Most people say it's a donation program. These are huge markets. We've got a market here that we can tap into. This can be done in a way that is appealing, it's visible, it's mobile first. You're consuming 100% real solar, it's plug and play simple. And the product's ready to go. We are actually shipping product. You can order it on our website today. We've built the back-end system that supports this. And the long game is the platform. The platform can deliver solar to anything. We can embed this technology in light fixtures, in appliances, in electronics, anything you want, and turn it into a solar-powered device. So this is our booster rocket to launch the concept. We've already started marketing to the consumers, but we've also had conversations with big brands and utilities, and they're very interested. All of these risks that might hold us back have been solved. We are ready to go forward, and we need simply to execute. Our challenges really are getting the fuel for our booster rocket. We're asking for $3 million to help get this thing off the ground. We want partners with vision. I don't want somebody that wants to create a widget company and flip it. I want somebody that wants to change the world, and we can execute. So now is the time. This is 5 great technologies coming together in a really exciting way. Solar is still young. There's a lot of opportunity. We've got early traction. It's a platform play that can be huge. Thank you.